Hi. I decided to do this particular log um, with video because it's easier than typing it all. Not that I can't type, I'm very capable. It's just that sometimes it can be a bit of a pain. And yeah, I'm in my underwear, but I'm a free thinker, so I really don't think it's that big of a deal that I'm doing a blog in my underwear. I think it's just I'm home and I'm comfortable. So I'm going to do, you know, I vlog in my underwear. What the heck? Anyway, this is my dog. Her name's Demona. Sweet little puggy that she is. I want to talk a bit today about women's lib. Now, I think that women's lib in the early 70s was it was necessary. Period. It was just necessary. The main reason why it was necessary is because women were not being treated fairly in the workplace. We were doing the same job as our male counterparts, but not being paid the same as our male counterparts. And as a result, we were being disrespected in the workplace. Also, I think that women's lib was necessary because there was a great deal of sexual harassment that was being taking place in the workplace. And not only was it accepted, it was almost expected. And we as women were told that this was the way it was and to grin and bear it. And we did for a long time. In fact, a few years ago, I found a psychology book from the 1950s that viewed divorce as deviant behavior, which is very strange when you think about how we are in this particular time, in this decade, because it's quite the polar opposite now. But, now, this is where I feel that women's lib derailed. Because we stopped attacking men and started attacking ourselves as women. We started demeaning the roles that we did for centuries. We started demeaning the roles of being mothers and housewives. And we viewed them as being lowly. We viewed them as being brainless. We viewed them as being less than nothing. And I think we did ourselves a great disservice. In fact, I think we not only did ourselves a great disservice, I feel we ruined a generation of women. And this is why I say that. We stopped thinking that we needed men in our lives. We started believing that a woman could raise the children, work, and run a household perfectly fine without the need or desire of having a man in their lives. And that might be true. Absolutely true. I personally am single. I run a household. And at this time, I don't have a man in my life. But now I've got to tell you, my kids paid the price for that. Because just because I didn't need a man in my life does not mean they didn't need a man in their lives. Because I feel that as much as every child needs a mother, every child needs a father. And we have lessened the roles of fathers in our society. And this has been a great injustice to our children. When you consider that 70% of all households today are ran by single parents, something's wrong. Something's wrong. I mean, there would have been a time, and I don't agree with this either, okay? I don't agree with this, where if a woman got pregnant, a man would feel obligated to marry her and do the right thing, supposedly. Now, I don't agree with that. I don't, because I don't think a person should marry for the sake of just because they got a person pregnant. I think that's still irresponsible behavior. However, I do believe that a person should wear a condom or some other form of birth control so that they're not placed in that situation. I do believe that we have become so casual about childbirth and pregnancy that we feel that we don't need a man as a part of the equation to raising a child, because the child loses. As a result, we have men now, this generation of men coming up, do not feel any form of responsibility towards their children, any children they sire. They feel that it is all right to leave that responsibility with the woman, and they can go on their merry little way and make another woman pregnant without ever thinking about birth control or child support or just the moral or emotional obligations that they should have towards that child. We are raising a generation of children without fathers. And in some cases, and because of our behavior, we're raising a generation of children who don't even know who the fathers are. I am far from being a Christian. Far from being a Christian. But I do believe in this day and age, kids do deserve two parents. Now, listen to how I said that. Kids deserve two parents. I say it like that for this reason. I don't care if it's two men. I don't care if it's two women. I do believe they need two parents. I believe it would be better if they had both a male and a female as a part of their lives, because of the fact that they can see the differences and they can see the spectrums of the male and the female, the duality of it. Because as above, so below, I am a witch, and I do believe in the God and the goddess. And likewise, as below, a child needs a mother and a father, as we have a mother and a father. So why should they not have the same? I do believe that in this society we are practicing so much selfish behavior that we don't realize that our behavior has an outcome. And maybe our children are paying for that. Maybe they're paying for our behaviors. So in conclusion, women's lib was needed for its time. It was. Because we were not treated fairly in the workplace. We were not being treated fairly in society, and our roles were not being respected as women. But I feel as women, we need to also embrace and respect our roles as mothers, as housewives, and as caregivers, because these roles are very important. Let us not demean them any longer. Let us not underrate them any longer. Let us embrace what we are. We are women, and we should be proud of that. We should be proud of who we are and our gender, our sex, and our roles that we play in the lives of our children, in the lives of our men, and in our own lives. So, in conclusion, I would love to hear your response. Thank you.